use it, and we'll pick up on it and share it with our followers on other pages. So keep that in the back of your mind, and do keep in touch with us, because we like to follow our guests and follow their careers. Keep in touch. Let us know what you're doing. Come back and see us again.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That is very kind of you, and thank you for having me on. And I'll be sure that when I do eventually sell out Wembley, I'll let you know.
Oh, absolutely. We look forward to that. James, thank you so much. We'll look forward to hearing from you again. Ladies and gentlemen, the UK is James Brown, and here's a thing he calls Red and Hazel. Goes by the name of James Brown. He has some projects he works on, and he releases his music often under the name of the projects. The one that's current is called Stars and Telescopes from the UK. James Brown, so much fun having you here with us. We have another guest who is relatively new to the business too, and we're going to be talking with Gab De La Vega from Italy in just about, 3 or 4 minutes after we listen to his tune, Perfect Texture.
What is real and what is fake? Candace English, what's in front of me? Perfect texture synthesized. Everything was smooth and flawless, riding on a different plane. Million faces all around.
Perfect Texture. That's Gab De La Vega from Italy. Gab, how are you doing?
Hey, guys. Nice to hear you. I'm fine. Thank you very much for having me.
Fantastic, and thank you for staying up a little late tonight, because I understand that as we're recording this, it's like, 12:30 where you are?
Yeah, I'm in Brescia, Italy, so yeah, it's like 10:30, midnight. No, wait, it's almost like 20 to 1 in the morning.
Yeah, right, 12:30 in the morning, yeah. You think it gets confusing for you. I have to do this all the time. But we're so glad you're here with us today. Tell us a little bit about your career and who you are.
So I started playing music in a punk rock and hardcore bands, and since 2011 I started playing solo music with my acoustic guitar. And with this project that Gab De La Vega put out, this is my third record, which is called Beyond Space and Time. It came out last January. And before that I put out 2 other records, 2 LPs, and two EPs. And since the previous release, which was I Want Nothing, which came out in 2017, I went basically full band. So I had drums, electric bass, and electric guitar, my acoustic guitar and vocals. And I liked that experiment very much, so I decided to put out the new record as a full band record. And it's basically brand new, but I had to stop just after 1 month since the release because of the pandemic, of course. But that's in short, that's my story.
Very well said. I'm glad I asked, and thank you for sharing that. Yes, that is interesting, and I like the fact that you started solo, went to a full band, and liked it so well that you continued with it. That's good, and I like the fact that you're able to go either way as well. That could serve you well in your future. I had another question, and I just kind of got my train of thought derailed here. But tell us, what is Perfect Texture? I didn't get a chance to listen to the lyrics in depth. Tell us about the song.
I conceived the lyrics of this song thinking of the way that we tend to live our interactions today in the world we live in, especially with all the social media. I mean, social media are great tools to connect each other. The reason we're talking is possibly because we're using social media. So even you're in the United States now, I'm in Italy, but thanks to social media we could connect. So it's a good thing.
Exactly.
But on the other hand, that gives you also a very superficial glance on people's lives. So what you see is not necessarily what it is. And it's really easy to get tricked into this game, of perceptions. And I think that eventually we can't tell what's real and what's fake. So that's what also in the lyrics, and what is real, what is fake. It says on the first line, and that's pretty much about that. Like, try to find a way to connect with people for real and in the real world and the way they are. And it's also about self-acceptance, because when people are scared of being judged, they tend to fake their lives, their appearances,
right,
to people, and they show something that's not real. And we should try to accept ourselves and accept the others as well. So that's pretty much what the song's about.
Very good, very nicely stated, and I like your perspective. It's so true that it's both social media and, for that matter, technology itself is a double-edged sword. It can bring you closer together, but it's superficial to a large degree. It does not replace direct contact with people. John Bon Jovial, you have a pensive look on your face.
Pensive, that's a good one. Sure. Hey, Gab, welcome to the show. It is just absolutely terrific to have you on here. And this song that we just played, Perfect Texture, I mean, I love it. The production values that you've put into this thing are obviously well thought out. And I'm wondering if you have toyed at all in putting this song together with, did you put together a mixture of analog and digital in your production of this, or is it strictly one or the other?
No. So, well, the process in the studio is it's pretty much what it used to be. It's always been like we recorded drums, then we had bass and guitar. And so Simone Piccinelli, which is the producer, is also one of the musicians who played on the record. He is kind of let's say a gear geek. He knows everything about instruments, gear, and guitars, amplifiers. So he likes to find that vintage vibe that comes from the instruments. But on the other hand, he also knows his ways around technology and digital stuff. So it's kind of a combination of the two things, which is, I think, it's pretty much what happens today. I mean, some people today tend to exaggerate with technology, and on the other hand, some people might not like using technology in music. I think a good combination of two things brings something interesting.
And I can hear that. It's and that's why I asked the question, because it seemed to me that somebody that helped you produce this was familiar with the concept of isolated tracks and the way the instrumentation would work, having the drummer behind a glass wall and that kind of thing. And it really is pulled off very nicely. Now, this song, Perfect Texture, is this a solo effort on your part, or is this the full band?
No, that's we played live full band, but on the record it was there was a drummer, and then Simone Piccinelli was also produced the record. He played bass and electric guitar. I played the acoustic guitar, and I sang the vocals, of course. So it sounds like a full band, which is actually not on the in the times that we recorded the album, of course. But then we started playing and touring as a full band. That it was a 4-piece band. So yeah, we can say like it's kind of a trick, but it's a full band thing.
Sure. Well, you've got a nice full sound there, and in listening to it, it sounded to me like, you've got your lead guitarist, you've got your keyboardist, you've got your rhythm guitarist, you've got your bass guitarist, drummer, etc. So yeah, you pulled it off very nicely, David.
Thank you. There is also on this song, there's also featuring with this musician called Nicola Manzan, which is a very good multi-instrumentalist from Italy, and I asked him to be part of the song, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna lay down something with my violin," and he sent me the tracks. I was amazed because it sounded very good and perfect for the song. And we also worked very much on the mixing, and we wanted all the instruments to be defined, but on the other hand, we wanted everything to be mixed together perfectly. So I guess we accomplished